Let's get to Jerusalem. The U.S. Embassy opened with many U.S. officials in attendance, of course. But on the Gaza border, violence erupted, leaving dozens dead. Look at this headline. It's from the New York Times, an opinion piece from Michelle Goldberg. I'll read it to you. A grotesque spectacle in Jerusalem. The subheadline, by the way, is a celebration and a massacre. This gentleman on your screen right now is Sebastian Gorka, Fox News national security strategist and a former deputy assistant to President Trump. Sebastian, the left clearly blames the Trump administration for the violence in Gaza. Your response, please.
Insanity, sheer insanity and double standards. So the Palestinian Authority wants to be recognized as representing the people of that region, at least the people who live on their territory, but they won't allow, let's just put this in a bumper sticker, Stu. They won't allow a sovereign nation to have its own capital recognized by another sovereign nation as its capital. People died because the Palestinian rabble-rousers were objecting to us opening a building in Jerusalem. That's sheer insanity, Stu. Open a history book. Open the Old Testament. Jerusalem always was and always will be the capital of the Israeli people, and that you incite violence where your own people die, that's mentally just incredible.
The Western Europeans, I don't think they sent a single representative to the opening of the embassy yesterday in Jerusalem.
Nor did the Democrats, Stu. Think about that.
You're correct. Yep.
Think about that. The whole Democrat establishment in Washington, D.C., not one individual could be happy for our best friend in the Middle East, Israel, and snubbed that event yesterday. It's reprehensible. It's disgusting. Not one individual. More Democrats have met with Louis Farrakhan, a radical, an individual who has hateful attitudes towards Israel, than went to see our embassy building opened yesterday. That's an indictment of their own party, Stu.
Now, there is another side to the coin. If you look at that violence in the Gaza border, Israel was using snipers to pick off some of the demonstrators. And there is a report that artillery shells were used to keep them away from the border and at bay. What do you say to that?
Well, look, there is a technique within when a large mass of people becomes violent. It's been established for decades, whether you're in Northern Ireland, whether you're in Algeria, that there are instigators, the people who are responsible for the violence, that create broader violence, and they must be neutralized. This is not some new Israeli tactic. If you want to save lives, you have to stop the instigators. But at the end of the day, who started it? Who started it? Who has the right to sovereignty? Israel. Who has the right to declare where their capital is? Israel. And you're objecting to it on what grounds? Nikki Haley gave a speech where she said, on what grounds do you deny a sovereign nation its own capital? There are no grounds. So, unfortunately, Stu, the responsibility for these deaths rests on the Palestinians and the Palestinian Authority.
Would you hold on just for a second, Sebastian, because the Treasury Department is just announcing new sanctions on Iran. I'll get back to you in a second, Seb. Yes. What's the sanction?
Yeah, just a couple from the Treasury Department. One targeting the head of the Iran central bank. The other sanctioning a particular Islamic bank, Al-Bilad Bank, and it's an Islamic bank. Those two entities are being targeted for sanctions.
So, Sebastian, two items here. The Europeans objected to the embassy opening in Jerusalem, and I'm sure they'll object to new sanctions on Iran. Quick response.
They'll follow our lead, Stu. They'll whine and moan for a couple of days or weeks. But guess what? American leadership is back, and they're not going to cut off their nose to spite their face. They need America. They will follow America.
Whining and moaning. Oh, I know it so well. Sebastian, thanks for joining us, sir. We'll see you again soon. Good luck, man.